Most people think they know what a European Christmas looks like. Snow, lights, hot chocolate, cozy markets. It's the postcard image, the one that fills a million Instagram feeds every December. A gentle, predictable, and warmly familiar scene that feels almost like a global shorthand for the season. But what you're about to see is different. Because in the Austrian Alps, Christmas starts with horned creatures marching through the streets. Not a quaint procession, but a primal rhythmic march of figures clad in fur and gnarled wood, their bells chiming a discordant, ancient song that echoes off the frozen valley walls. In Poland, a frozen lake turns red at sunset. So here's the real question. Today, we're traveling through 9 countries and into the towns where Christmas still feels like a living fairy tale. Not a story you read, but one you step into, a world where the air itself feels thick with memory and magic. Some traditions are beautiful. Welcome to Europe's fairy tale Christmas, the version almost no traveler gets to see. The one that exists just beyond the main square, down the narrowest alley, in the stories told by grandmothers in languages you don't understand. Germany, Rothenburg and Cologne. In Germany, Christmas doesn't just happen, it takes over entire towns. It arrives not as a date on a calendar, but as a palpable shift in the atmosphere, a scent of cinnamon and pine that permeates the very stone of the buildings. In Rothenburg ob der Tauber, the streets look frozen in time. Half-timbered houses, glowing windows, narrow stone alleys. Every window box is dusted with a perfect layer of fresh snow. Every leaded glass pane reveals a glimpse of a flickering Advent candle, and the air is filled with the soft, melodic hum of old German carols. It feels like stepping into a storybook village, a place where you half expect to see a woodcutter carrying a bundle of Yule logs or to hear the distant jingle of a sleigh bell from a hidden courtyard. And then there's Cologne. Germany gives you classic Christmas, but the country right next door adds something else, something unexpected. A wilder, older, more untamed spirit of winter that the classic traditions barely contain. Because in Austria, Christmas has a wild side. A primal, alpine heart that beats beneath the velvet and lace, a reminder that winter is not just pretty, but powerful. Austria, Salzburg and Innsbruck. In Austria, Christmas arrives with music, lights, and creatures. Not cute reindeer, but things with horns and hair, embodiments of the forest's deep, dark soul. In Salzburg, you'll see something most people only hear about. Groups of people wearing horned masks, furs, and bells run through the streets. The Krampus Perchten, their masks carved from ancient, gnarled wood, their bodies draped in shaggy pelts, their movements a chaotic, energetic dance meant to drive out the ghosts of winter. No violence. No fear. Just a traditional reminder from old Alpine folklore that winter demands respect. But if you think a horned winter creature is strange, wait until you meet Italy's Christmas witch. A figure not of terror, but of endless, searching kindness, born from a story as old as the hills of Rome. Italy, Venice and La Befana. In Italy, Christmas comes with a twist. Not just Santa, but La Befana, the Christmas witch. A hunched, kindly old woman who flies on a broomstick, not to cast spells, but to fill children's stockings with sweets and gifts on the eve of the Epiphany. According to tradition, she rides through the night delivering sweets to children. She is a solitary figure soaring over silent, sleeping villages, a speck of magic against a cold moon, forever fulfilling a promise made millennia ago. She's not scary, she's a symbol from ancient Roman winter festivals that survived into modern Christmas. But to see Christmas that looks almost unreal, we go to Switzerland, where nature itself is the primary decorator and human effort only adds a delicate, respectful accent to the overwhelming grandeur. Switzerland, Lucerne and Lauterbrunnen. Switzerland doesn't do Christmas halfway. It feels like someone designed the perfect winter world. Every detail is so pristine, so harmoniously composed, it feels intentional, as if a master artist has arranged the snow on each branch and the light in each window. In Lucerne, the chapel bridge becomes a glowing wooden path over dark water. The historic, flower-adorned bridge is transformed into a tunnel of warm, golden light, its painted interior panels telling old stories to visitors who walk through its cozy, enclosed warmth. Snow falls so softly it looks choreographed. But Europe's most magical Christmas city might be the next one, a place that looks mysterious even without snow. A city of alchemists and astronomers, where the very stones seem to whisper secrets of the old world. Czech Republic, Prague. In Prague, Christmas turns the whole city into a Gothic fairy tale. The spires of 100 churches pierce the low-hanging winter sky, creating a silhouette that is both haunting and beautiful, a cityscape built from dreams and dark stories. The astronomical clock plays its centuries-old melody, a whirring, chiming mechanical ballet of the apostles that has marked the hours since the 1400s, a reminder that time itself is cyclical, and that this Christmas is connected to all that came before. And when snow falls over the spires, the city looks like it's wearing a medieval crown. But for a Christmas that feels truly medieval, like a frozen story that never ended, you go north, to a place where the Hanseatic League's walls still stand guard, and the air tastes of sea ice and ancient history. Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia, looks like a real-life storybook at Christmas. Its entire old town is a UNESCO-protected time capsule, a labyrinth of cobbled lanes and courtyards enclosed within intact, crenellated city walls. Its old town is one of the best preserved in Europe. Walls, towers, narrow alleys, all still standing from the 1300s. The scent of honey, spices, and warm wine mingles with the smell of wood smoke and damp wool, a uniquely Baltic winter aroma that is both comforting and invigorating. And then there's the far north, where Christmas doesn't feel medieval, it feels otherworldly. A landscape so silent and vast, it feels like another planet, one where the sky itself comes alive to perform. Finland, Lapland. Lapland, Finland, is one of the few places on Earth where winter becomes surreal. Here, the sun barely crests the horizon, creating days of long, ethereal blue twilight, a world painted in shades of indigo, white, and deep pine tree green. Here, the northern lights glow green and purple across the sky. The aurora borealis dances in silent, rippling curtains of incandescent color, a celestial performance that is both humbling and utterly mesmerizing, a natural phenomenon that feels deeply magical. Reindeer wander through deep snow. And when you stand in that silence, with snow falling and the sky glowing, it's hard not to believe them. But you haven't seen everything yet, because Poland keeps one of Europe's strangest winter surprises. A phenomenon of light and ice that transforms a familiar landscape into a scene from a fiery legend. Poland, Zakopane. In Zakopane, Poland, Christmas feels alive in the mountains. The air is sharp and clean, filled with the scent of smoked cheese and pine, and the unique highland culture of the Goral people is palpable in the music, the food, and the distinctive wooden architecture. Wooden chalets glow with firelight, built from dark, carved wood with steeply pitched roofs to shed the heavy snow. Each window shines with the warm, inviting glow of a hearth fire or a lantern. Carols echo through the snowy valleys. The traditional colody, sung in harmony, carry with a haunting clarity across the frozen landscape, their melodies feeling as ancient and solid as the Tatra Mountains themselves. And the local Goral traditions fill the night with music. The sound of fiddles and hearty, rhythmic singing spills from the chalets, a vibrant living culture that has celebrated the winter solstice and Christmas in this way for generations. But the most surprising thing happens just before sunset. The frozen lake catches the last light and turns red, almost glowing. It's a sudden, breathtaking transformation. The white and blue landscape is suddenly slashed with a deep, vibrant crimson, as if the ice has been stained with wine or blood. It's a natural phenomenon caused by minerals under the ice, but it looks like something straight out of a winter legend. What does a fairy tale European Christmas actually mean? It means Christmas here isn't just decorated. It's alive. Stories of solstice and rebirth, of winter spirits and saintly miracles, of family and community, all woven together into the vibrant, complex, and deeply magical fabric of a European Christmas. So now the question is, for more hidden worlds, winter legends, and magical places, subscribe to our channel. We're just getting started. The snow is still falling, and there are countless more stories waiting in the silent, expectant hush of a European winter. The journey has only begun.